Hello and welcome to Monty's Airsoft Training video on the 24-hour loadout. The recommendations I'm going to make to you today for the 24-hour loadout are by no means a requirement for any game that you're likely to attend. They are, however, based on my personal experience, the recommendations I am going to make to keep you in the fight for 24 hours. For today's demonstration, I'm going to be using the 1602 Arctis vest. This is my personal preference because I find that the accessibility and the pouches are set out in a way that is most comfortable to me. I do encourage everyone to try out as many different load bearing vests and load bearing equipment as possible before making a purchase. When considering your personal load carrying equipment, I always say go with your preference and think wank. This stands for weight, accessibility, noise and comfort. If you can find a vest that meets all of those requirements, then that is the one that I recommend you go with. So let's start by taking a look at the equipment that I recommend that you take onto the field with you for a 24-hour operation. Here we have all of the equipment that I will need to carry with me during a 24-hour op. When you're arranging your equipment, you need to think of it as carrying a life. When we think of a life, what we're doing is categorizing our equipment. A life stands for ammunition, liquids, food and essential equipment. The first thing we need to do is divide our equipment into two categories. CFO, which is combat equipment fighting order. That's everything that you need to have readily accessible and you'll carry in your personal load carrying equipment. And then we have CMO, which is combat equipment marching order. That's everything that you need to carry forward with you to the CP, but you don't need to carry with you at all times during the game. That's CMO, combat equipment marching order, and CFO, combat equipment fighting order. So as I've already stated, the equipment that I'm going to carry on me, easily accessible, is referred to as CFO, combat equipment fighting order, and that is all the equipment that is going to go in my 1602 vest. Now the first thing I'm going to look at is carrying my ammunition. My ammunition is all going to go into my ammunition pouches. That speaks for itself, and that goes at the front of the web gear where it is easily accessible in a firefight. I always carry 6 magazines. I carry spare ammunition in deer park water bottles. The reason I like these water bottles is as you use ammunition you can squeeze the bottles down and reduce noise. I also carry my grenade, my green gas, speed loader, spare battery which I consider as part of your ammunition, and my sidearm. So let's get that stuff loaded. So there's my ammunition loaded. Now that my ammunition's loaded in the front of my gear, I concentrate on liquids. I always carry a water bottle with me and my metal mug. The reason I always carry a water bottle as well as my hydration pouch is 1, it's easy to fill up in a hurry, 2, it's good for loading your MREs, and 3, I've had way too many hydration pouches get punctured on me, the lead get broken, the mouthpiece goes missing. So I always like to have a backup where I can ensure that I have the right amount of liquids. Next thing I need to do is make sure that I have food. A peanut butter and jelly sandwich isn't going to cut it in a 24-hour game. You need your MRE. So I'm going to distribute my MRE throughout the kit. by making sure that the main menus are also easily accessible without having to carry the bulk of the full MRE packet. The equipment I carry on me in my CFO is stuff that I will need throughout the game, what I call essential equipment. This is everything I need to keep myself in the game for the full 24 hours. So I'm looking at small hand tool, spare socks and foot powder, emergency toolkit, spare laces, compass, night optical device, map making kit, first aid kit, Red Dragon glow sticks and a flashlight. So let's get this stuff loaded up. So there we have my CFO ready to go, all packed, all of my essential equipment, everything I need for a 24-hour op is in there. I can manage with what's in here. However, if I need to add a little extra comfort or there's an additional kit requirement I need that's mission specific, I have my day pack. This day pack's made up out of the side pouches that go onto the Bergen. So I can carry this stuff on my Bergen, or I can carry it independently as a day pack, which attaches to a yoke. So in here I'm going to stick mission specific stuff. So I'm going to start with my Gore-Tex waterproof. To keep the weight balanced. I'm going to put in my shell hat. And bungees. So I've got some shell for the hat if I need it. Also going to put in my knee pads. And my knee. Extra equipment for briefings on my map making kit, extra MREs, and I'm also going to put in extra levers. That also doubles up as extra ammunition for the sun on my section weapon. So that's my rocket pouches for my day pack, and these can detach and go onto the side of my Bergen. So this is a crossover between CFO and CMO. The final part of the 24-hour loadout is your CMO, which is combat equipment marching order. Basically, this is all of the kit that you may need. You may not need it, but it's better to have it and not need it than to need it and not have it. So I've already attached my side pouches, which have my patrol kit in them. This allows me to nip back to the CP and just grab them if I need them, without having to carry my Bergen around with me during the game. So in my Bergen, first item I'm going to put in is my sleeping bag. Always use the sleeping bag loose, that way the filling doesn't compress and it's still warm. Next, my waterproof bag. I'm going to place my warm kit. Spare socks, always important. Norwegian shirt. Wash them up. Next, fleece, easily accessible. Place that at the top of the second. The very top of my bogan, place the thermos with a warm drink in. Always good to get a warm drink in the middle of the night. Good for morale. And the top of my bogan where I can get to it easily. Toothbrush, toothpaste, boot kit. Clean your boots if you need to. And there we have our CMO. Combat equipment marching order. CFO. Combat equipment fighting order. Okay, to review, we have combat equipment fighting order, combat equipment marching order. In my combat equipment fighting order, we thought wank, which is weight. We want to aim around 35 pounds, 20% of your body weight for your fighting order. And we also need to remember to keep a life, which is ammunition, liquids, food and equipment. In our CMO, in my side pouches or in a day pack, I have equipment I may or may not need, but it's easily accessible and I can carry that separately without having to lug my Bergen around everywhere with me. The Bergen is my luxury items or items I may or may not need, and they are kept in my main Bergen to be left at the CP. This is everything you need to keep you in a game for 24 hours. I hope this video has been helpful to you, and if you've got any questions, please don't hesitate to contact me at tommmontysutton@gmail.com. Thanks for your attention and thanks for watching.